People, deluded, I'm back again. Now, Arsenal just played Leicester, or better yet, yesterday they were defeated 1-0. I always say, for me personally, I think there's very few things more important in life, than football. I think football is the only thing, only family, only health and stuff like that, the only things I think are more important than football. I haven't played for no academy, officially been signed. I wish I had even a sniff, more of a sniff of being a professional footballer, yet still I live and breathe it. So I can only sympathise when someone who's 17 years of age, as Jeremy is so close but so far from his mission of being a pro, realising his dreams and whatnot. If you haven't seen already, an ex-Manchester City player, Jeremy, has sadly committed suicide and taken his own life and killed himself, which it kills me, man. It kills me that he's done that. It harms me. Forget football for a sec. The man is 17-year-old man, driving lessons and all of that is the beginning. He's got a future family, I'm sure, he's grandkids for his parents, a lot of life to live way too soon. I sympathise with him because, for someone to deem that suicide or to take their own life is the only way out of whatever situation they face, it's upsetting because, again, I'm no mental health expert and there might be some cases, but I'm pretty sure, nobody wants to kill themselves. It's a massive, it's a big decision, and it's not exactly the easiest of things to do. So for someone to get to that stage over time, or however it's happened, to think that's the only way out, is sad because, and I know for males especially, sadly, like he was a black male, again, I don't know him, but it must have been, I know myself, I had a lot of my issues. Like 9 times out of 10, it's the happiest friends you've got around you that are the ones you've got to watch for. And that might have been him, that might not have been. And I also know as a young black man, it can be hard to talk about things. As a male, full stop, it can be hard to talk about things. He might not have known what he's going through or how to react. So it's sad that he might not have felt he could speak to anyone, or not know how to speak to anyone, or know that, through no one's fault, no one was able to read the signs, nobody, because like I said, we've all had friends that have, you found out things about them and you didn't think it. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, it's the man that are the most happiest, the most bubbly, that behind closed doors, they're going through it the most. So maybe as society, we need to pay more attention. So it's very upsetting. I do think, I'm not going to lie, I think clubs do a lot in relation to helping release players and things as much as they can do. Like, there isn't too, at some level we have to football is not relation to this, but football is a harsh world, and clubs owed players nothing. If you're not involved, you're not involved anymore, and that's coming from, I've lost jobs where I've felt sad mentally, and I think I would have liked a bit more help and things, but they've cast me to the side. So while I think clubs don't really owe you nothing, they could do a bit more. There has to be a bit more. Again, I don't know too much about Jeremy's backstory. I don't know why he was released or whatever, but maybe more could have been done to set him up with trials or exit trials, More could have been done to teach him that, forget football, your life isn't done yet, Maybe you wanted to be a footballer and all of these things, you can still be one, Take a step back and take a step forward. Also, you're 17. Football is your life. Football is going to be your life if you want to be a pro baller, but you're going to have a family one day, you're going to be a dad, you're going to be a grandkid, there's aspirations you might want out of football. Can we provoke the thoughts in that? It's not over. Even that, you might not be a footballer, but you might be the first black Premier League manager. These sort of things could be said. And also, I think Man United do a good job of it as well, definitely during Corona time, looking after released players. Could you have allowed him to train and whatnot? And I understand why, I don't understand why he's taking his, I don't know him, but I understand why the pressure might have been getting to man. I don't know when he was at City, but the familiar story is a man's at City at academy from the age of 5 or 6. You stay there till you're 17, you dream of making it. While clubs don't owe you nothing, it hurts. You've been there for years. Your mum and dad and whoever's driven you up and down the country and driven you to training 3-4 times a week, and it all feels for nothing. And I know him, he's 17, so he must be part of that group where they got Robertson, the striker, they got some talented City boys. You should never look at other people's situations, but when you see your friends in close quarters making advancements, doing their things, popping up on social media, and your thing isn't banging, you're gonna feel upset. Maybe he felt there was no way out. I don't know if he had injury problems. I don't know if he had trial after trial and thought there was no way out. I just know this is a sad story. Forget football. This is a sad story of a young man losing his life at 17 years of age. And for me, it's even more upsetting because, listen, males have a problem anyways talking about mental issues, but in my demographic, young black men, we have a very big, probably our males are in out of the whole male demographic, as I said, males in general struggle to talk about them. But I'd say when you look in that circle and you further divide it and you put young black African and young black Caribbean men or British born, whatever, you know, I think we'll talk about it even less because it's seen as being soft. It's seen as having a problem. It's seen as, you know, I don't know, even, it's not even that sometimes. I look like me, I don't want to bother people more time. Everyone's got their own problems, you know, everyone's got their own stuff. Why am I going to put more pressure on your shoulders? You know, we're not that, it's not that we're taught to hold it up, but our mentality is hold it up, you know, we ain't got time for none of this. So it's sad that this young black man, 17 years of age, you know, he's around the same, well, my nephew's 19, so he's around the same ages as my nephew. That could have been my young nephew, that could have been you lot's younger brother, that could have been you lot's older brother. Again, he could have younger siblings, he could have older siblings. I don't know too much on his family dynamic. I just know that the thing I cry for is that he's lost his life so young, he's taken his life so long. Like, he didn't have to get to this, you know. He's got a mother, you know, he's got a father as well, but a mother's bond is that even more tight. She gave birth to Donny, looked after him for 17 years and departed this earth before him. No mother should have to bury their sons. Like me, I wouldn't want my mum to do that, but either way, I don't want to die before my mum. I can't lie to you lot, people. So it's a bit of a sticky one, but I can only imagine having to bury your own child. You know, I can only imagine. You could see Cole Palmer and the rest of them City players and City and the whole footballing community paying homage. So he was quite popular in the footballing scene. So I don't know why, you know, he's done. I don't know why he's taking his own life. I don't know why he's believing he's had to get to this point. But it's effing upsetting, man. It's upsetting. It's upsetting that a young man, you know, listen, I would have loved for him to be a footballer, but forget all the football stuff for now. This is a young man. A young man, 17 people, 17. How many more years has he got on this earth? Like I said, parent, grandparent, husband, you know, family man, you know, many things. You know, he could have been a coach, he could have been he could have had a, you know, he could have still been a baller. So for him to get to this state, it's sad. I don't know if he's had injuries. I don't know if it was a trial thing. I don't know if he was suffering from any illnesses. I don't know if he's been depressed over time. I don't know the dynamic, people, so I don't want to speculate. You know, all I have to say is sympathy with the family first and foremost, because this is a young man before he's a footballer. You know, sympathy with his friends, family, you know, everybody that's shocked by this news, really. And I hope God gives them strength. Like I said, condolences. I hope God gives them the strength, because the pain will never go away. I just hope they'll be able to carry on and maintain, because the beauty and sad thing about life, what I've learned in my 25 years, is that it just keeps going. It can be a beautiful thing, it can be a harmful thing. You know, what I do hope is that this, obviously I wouldn't want it to get to this, but I hope that, you know, I do think clubs, from my experience, from what I've seen, do a good job with safeguarding. But I hope we, you know, the FA, the clubs, the whole academy circuit, you know, in line with everything, we can probably look, can we remarket things? Because sadly with this, and maybe with COVID and the dynamics of people losing clubs and whatnot, can we do a bit more? Can there be a bit more workshops on mental health? Can we do a bit more insight into mental health? You know, can we make the landing a little less softer for players that are released and things? Because football is cutthroat. It has to stay to a degree cutthroat, like life is cutthroat. But can we do a bit more? Can we get better at reading the signs? Because it's difficult, you know. I'm pretty sure, pardon me, some people that take their own life and are under pressure show obvious signs of such. But some, like I said, in my reality, when I see it, people hide it. Myself, hide it. You don't see it. You know, you're all bubbly. It's when you go behind closed doors, you think about your life, you think about the feeling of regret, you think it's not going to change. These sort of things can drive someone beyond. So it is sad, you know. Can we get better at reading signs even when they're not necessarily there? Can we, I know clubs do a lot of metric and psychiatric tests, can we do that a bit more? Can we, you know, kind of change the thinking in players in that? I know you wanted to be a footballer, but it's not over. It's not over, because like I said, he's 17. You know, he's 17, released from City now. At 27, he could have been a Premier League winner, like you've seen with certain players. But like I said, man, condolences to the family, because this is shit, man. Pardon my language. Like, it's sad, bro. It's sad. It's sad. 17. You know, I don't know if he's got siblings, but now a hole and a void is in their heart. And for him to get to that stage, you have to wonder, just what sort of draining, daunting mental journey was that young man on? And like I said, his mind must have felt like a prison, like he was all alone. And as I'm speaking, making this video, it's disturbing me, people. I'm feeling upset, man. Like, you know, I was upset about Arsenal versus Leicester. That means F all, because I'm still alive. You know, football is an important game. And, you know, I was never in an academy, but I can sympathise with this guy. Football must have been his life. You know, football is everything he wanted. You know, so it's sad that he's gone out like this. And again, I don't want to speculate on why this has happened because I don't know. All I know is, once again, sadly, a young black male has lost his life, taken his own life, and felt that was the only way. And I'm not related to him, but I feel like, you know, this is my younger brother. I feel like I feel the void. Like it's sad, people. It's upsetting, man. It's depressing, man. It's like I said, may his soul rest in peace. May his family be given strength to get through this. Condolences to everybody as well, and it's rather sad, man. It's upsetting, so I'm gonna get out of here, people, man. I would say like, comment, subscribe and the rest of it, but you know, would I necessarily want you lot to like this video? There's nothing to like about it. I hope you subscribe, you know, and I hope you look at my other content, but very few things are more important than football, but stuff like this is, and it's soul destroying, man. Like it's soul destroying. Like I've been thinking about this all night since it became aware. I was on a live stream reviewing the game, people, and Ahmad, one of my moderators, was talking about it, and I was baffled. I was like, I ain't seen nothing like that. What are you on about? And I looked at it, and again, I don't know if these further details are going to emerge. I'm not sure if they should, because we need to respect this family's privacy. You know, we need to respect this family. All that needs to happen is, can we make a couple foundations? Can we rally some movements around young release players, helping them mentally, reading the signs of depression, if there is a way of doing such, and whatnot. And you know, any of you that's going through depression or hard moments, I know it's easier said than done, but please talk to someone, please. You know, even if it's a stranger, even if you've got a call Frank, even if you've got to DM me or comment on my thing or something, man. I know listen, I'm nobody, I'm nobody's, you know, I'm not no qualified guy and whatnot, but I know exactly how it feels to feel like there's no way out, to feel that nothing you can touch is going to go, to feel that this world would be better without you and the people that you think are close to you. I know how that feels. I know how that feels. So with that, you know, if you want to talk, I know it's tough, but you know, if you just want to talk, shout, man, because that's all it takes sometimes, a little 5-minute chat. You don't know if you could save people. And I would say, even myself, because I'm no hypocrite, check up on everyone, check up on all your friends, your quiet friend, your bubbly friend who I said to them one more time you got to look out for. You know, everybody. Don't just ask them are they good, ask them are they really good, because we've got to break this stigma down. Like again, me as a young black man with my other young black friends and my white friends as well, but my young black friends, we've got to break this stigma down, because I'm not going to lie to you lot, it sounds bad, but if, you know, like what, if LP, Tobes, Risto, Jay, Dale, Relly, that's 6 names off the top of my head of my man them in my close circle, ironically all black males. Add myself, that's 7. If we was all sat in this table and I asked the man them, alright, how you feeling today? You good mentally? You this, that? You know, I think we're mature enough, but I think we'd all be looking at each other funny. I think it'd be a bit awkward. I think we'd think the other's a bit loony, and I think we'd think it's a bit soft and moist to do this and stuff. And that's wrong. That's wrong of me to think like that. That's wrong of my man them. That's wrong of everyone, you know. And we've got to break the stigma. We've got to break the cycle. Talking means you're strong. You know how strong you have to be, people, to talk about your problems, to admit you're vulnerable, to admit you're scared, to admit you're frightened, to admit you can't take it anymore, and you know, mentally you can't hold it up. That takes true strength. It's easy to stay quiet if you know, and at the same time people have to be comfortable to speak. So we have to set up platforms where somebody doesn't feel less of a man, somebody doesn't feel half a man just by saying they feel some sort of way. So, you know, and I know this is always said when these things happen, you know, it's always said, we always do things like this, we always say things like this, but we really have to try a thing now, because 17, it's only going to get worse, people, and especially with social media, and people are build, not that he was or I saw, but people are build as the next wonder kid at 15, 16, 17, 18. You might not be kicking ball again, everybody asking you what go on. You know, there can be something to be done. You know, depressing in football isn't always, has always been here. What was that little youth from England that went to Ajax? I can't remember his name, but he's doing a book thing now or whatever. He spoke about depression. So it is, football can be a depressing place. So maybe in life we just have to have a bit more empathy and sympathy for people. But all I've got to say is, Jeremy, may your soul rest in peace, man, and may your whole family be given the strength to somehow, I say, get back to normal. Get back to normal will never be a thing, because they've lost a diamond, you know, in their family. So I just hope they get the strength to continue. You know, football, let's rally together and provide that family with the help they need. And let's also save another life. Like, sadly, we've lost Jeremy. You know, we're too late to save him. But can we save another one? You know, through this incident that's happened, can we now prevent talking points and save a next man? You know, if we can only save one, because it's sad to say we can't save everybody, but if we can only save one, then that's one more. That's one more than yesterday, and that might as well be 100. And for males in particular, you know, black males even more, we need to start speaking about this sort of stuff. Young, old, it doesn't matter. You know, it really doesn't matter, because I'm 25. I'm sure a lot of you are 35. A lot of you that are younger than me, you know, that are males, and we probably all say the same old ignorant stuff, regardless. You know, it's sad, and we've got to break the cycle. But on that note, people. Deluded, I'm out, man. As I said, I would say like, subscribe and all of them, but it feels a bit funny with the theme of this vid. Jeremy, may your soul rest in peace. Jeremy's family, may God provide you strength to continue to carry on to somewhat as much as you can. It's a depressing vid, and I've spent 15 minutes too long on this, so I'm gonna get out of here, man. Stay strong, people, man. Like I said, condolences to Jeremy and his family and those affected. People, DG.